The vibes, maybe. PVM, the talk show. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode 225. That's to be exact. And tonight, guys, we're talking about separation and marriage. So I read this article throughout the week that really inspired today's topic. So I can't wait to really digest it all with you all. So thank you all for tuning in this week. Sorry about being a few minutes late, but we here. And we about to have a magnificent show. I'm all tongue-tied to start the show, and I'm still in a great mood. So, guys, it's been a lot that's been going on within the city of Philadelphia, amongst ourselves, amongst the team. But first and foremost, fly Eagles fly. We are celebrating the birds getting to the Super Bowl. So I'm letting you guys know right now, I'm not going to be here next week. I will be celebrating my team in the Super Bowl. I will be, partaking in all Super Bowl festivities and activities, So, I'm letting you guys know right now. We won't have an episode next week, but tonight's episode will be phenomenal to make up for the loss of next week's episode. And the following week, we will be back on regular schedule accordingly. That African butterfly, so the kid, how y'all feeling? How y'all living? How's y'all Sundays unfolding? Hope y'all weekends is prospering marvelously, Before we even get into too far into the show, I gotta give a few shout outs to the family and people just associated with the brand of PVM. A lot of our friends, partners, and sponsors are, doing different activities and got different things going on. First, shout out to T-Shirt Mercenary, official sponsor for PVM, providing T-shirts, hoodies, and all apparel for you at your disposal or whenever you like to purchase. Shout out to our brother, Kane Grooven, got an art gallery at iPerfect Gallery Art Studio. It's in Germantown. It's going on until the end of February. Guys, if you aren't doing anything, please slide over. And even if you are doing something, slide over and just, partake into the magnificent art. Our brother's his artwork is there as well as with a few other artists as well. A few of them that we will have on PVM in the near future, so look out for that as well. But definitely slide over there. It's a phenomenal pieces from Kang, from Jetty as well. Couple different artists, like I said. I don't want to expose too much of them, but I just want you guys to kind of step over there, and see if anything, interests your palate. So definitely slide over there and partake. Also, friend to the show, Kim Cooks Catering. They're having a Valentine's Day special with dinners as well, guys. I posted the flyer and the the PVM stories. I am so tongue-tied to begin this show. I'm so sorry, guys. But I posted that in the PVM stories. That's available for you guys to check out. Look at the menu. If you see anything, definitely support her. Her food is phenomenal. I wouldn't pitch you on if I didn't think so. She is actually one of the few chefs that I recommend highly of. So definitely tap into that. I'm going to actually be doing some partnership work with her on Valentine's Day. So you won't just be supporting her, you'll also be supporting me as well. So definitely slide over and help and show some love. Also, Valentine's Day is coming up, guys. So, get your spouse something. We're doing little specials. I know I fly them out. We're doing special Valentine's Day dinners as well. You guys can just jump into the DM as far as that is concerned. Also, I'm doing a chef for hire for 3 prospective people or clients, depending on the time frame. I actually cook your meal on Valentine's Day for you. So look out for that. More details will be on the way for that. The African Butterfly said it's been a decent weekend. I'm glad you're enjoying your weekend. My weekend has been great as well. It's been really filled with a lot of quality time with my family, my folks. some relaxation, and really just overall, overall, it's just been a real, I can just say, chill weekend. Like obviously it's been freezing outside, so the last few days has been more so trying to prevent myself from catching frostbite by going outside. With that, so it looks like Jetty is ready to join. I'm trying to accept you now, Jetty. So okay, looks like it's processing through. Okay, how
I'm
you doing
chilling,
today, Jetty?
fam. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just busy at work as always, but nothing new. What's going on with you, fam?
I can dig that. Oh, I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm in good spirits. It's Sunday. You know, like I was telling everybody, just got done enjoying time, spend some time with the family, some love
All right.
folks. So I'm good. I'm in good spirits. Vibes is moving accordingly. I guess things are aligning. But it's been a good week. It's been a good
That's
week.
good. That's
Hoping for
what I
even
like to
better
hear.
next
That's
week.
what's up.
Yeah, like
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
how
Oh,
how's things
man.
going on your end?
Family is good. You know what I'm saying? I'm currently working on the piece, PVM exclusive, celebrating the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. I personally, it's just like whatever to me. Like, I'm not against the Eagles by any means. It's just, I've never been
Oh, no, I'm team
like, I won't
Dallas.
even say I've never been. Me being an Eagles fan was tied into the love that I had for my step pop. So when that shit went south, I was still an Eagles fan until they went to the Super Bowl and disappointed the shit out of me. Like the first time when McNabb and T.O. that was supposed to be the dream team, they disappointed shit. I was like, yo, I'm done with this team. I still root for them. Don't get me wrong. I still root for them. But I'm just over the whole fanatic phase. But I still root for them and I still fuck with them. So my lady gave me the bug in the ear. She was just like, yo, you should do something for it. You know what I'm saying? Them go to the Super Bowl. I said, all right. So I'm working on something right now.
I
Facts.
know, smart
Facts.
woman, smart woman. Nah, I, I've been, I could say like you, I definitely was introduced to them through my stepfather, but it was more so like a family thing. Like I got a lot of family members that are attached to the Eagles as far as like rooting for them, having like that that emotional attachment to them that I've developed that, throughout my life. So I obviously hold that near and dear to me, and I kind of pass that on there to the next generation. So for me, it's just like, it's almost just like, it's like family. It's not even, it's like when they win, I'm thinking about like, not only just the one, I'm thinking about like past moments I shared with my grandpa, my stepdad, my uncle, my cousins,
Yeah.
my brothers, so it's not just
Right
tied to one
on.
person.
Right on.
So, you know, I guess it's easier to,
I dig
still
that.
hold on to that nature. But yeah, you know, I mean, it kind of play a role into today's topic, as far as relationships are concerned, and like today's topic, I'm going to tell you, I actually got this from CNN. Um, Originally, I was just like late night, I was just like watching CNN, and the story just popped up, and they were just talking about it. I forgot who the anchors were, but they had a nice little chuckle, and
Hmm.
it gave me a chuckle originally as well. Until like I seen the article, like, oh, okay, this isn't just like
Hmm.
something that was just on the news, but the gist of today's topic, everyone, is marriage separation. And the term marriage separation is supposed to be a term that allows, it's supposed to be a term that reflects a couple that's married, but it allows them the freedom to still live their individual lives. Well, but at the same time, hold some type of harmony within their marriage. So the gist of it is like you still have like a set of rules that the couple will abide by, like to maintain some sort of sacredity into the marriage, like as far as like finances, like roles that each other play into it, as far as like being
promiscuous if that's the case. Like let's let's say for instance one or both partners may want to test the waters, and test outside the marriage circle. Some frown upon it, some allow it. That really just depends on that couple and their arranged set of rules that they have in place. But the most part is just like understanding and having like a set of boundaries between the two that you agree upon and that you stand on. But within that, you're allowed to have your freedom. Like you're allowed to live on your own, have your own house, your own place of residence. Um, for some couples that I was seeing, like they actually had like routines set in place for like the children. So like one couple I seen, they live literally around the corner from each other. So so the children really didn't have to miss a parent. Like if I miss mom, I miss dad, I can just literally go around the corner. You know, and they had the schedule set up where like the mom, she would do Sunday through Wednesday, and then the dad do Wednesday to Sunday. Each allowing them one weekend day, to like kind of do their thing and be free, kid free, but still, you know, at the same time throughout the week they still have their days to prioritize whatever they felt more important to them. The African Butterfly X is this an open marriage? To an extent, it's an open marriage of sorts, but it's not really because, like I said, like you're only messing with someone outside of marriage if that's what the couple decides. Like if you agree upon that you aren't going to be dating outside the marriage, then that's a no go. Like that's the same marriage rules that will apply if you lived in the house will apply outside the house. But like I was reading it, initially, like I'm not even gonna hold you. Initially, and still, my opinion is this isn't for me personally. But as I was reading it, like I seen like the benefits that a lot of people were saying that they had into it, like mostly on a financial sense. A lot of couples talked about how they were able to build up properties, by owning two different pieces of land and paying them off at the same time. It helped them, quickly gain assets, which they were allowed to, obviously turn into more assets in the future, So like mostly it was like from a financial sense, that it was beneficial that I took, but besides like couples feeling like the need of I need space, But before I get too much into that, how do you feel about what I've said so far? Like let me open the floor to you.
So I did some slight research on this term, separation marriage, and I hold you because what you sent me was from BBC, and they were talking.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's the only link I seen.
And they were talking about Japan. First of all, Japan is a whacked culture. And I don't mean like whack, like they doing dumb. They just do a lot of shit. Japan is known to do a lot of shit. Like you go into a Japanese corner store and they got like wasabi flavored Kit Kat. I don't know what kind of backwards ass culture would have wasabi flavored Kit Kat. Y'all know what wasabi tastes like? That's not something that you want in your Kit Kat. But I digress. So when I read the
different strokes for different folks.
When I read what you sent me, I decided let me check this out. I went to YouTube and I typed in separation marriage in Japan. I should have just put in separation marriage. So what I'm about to say comes with a certain type of bias. But from the way that I've seen it from the couple of videos, mainly one video that I've seen, the main reason of separation marriage, at least in Japan, like I said, with the Western world idealizes a lot as far as individuality. There's very little in the Western world that circulates or that focuses on familial values, that focuses on community values, except for the fact that you clock in at work and you work as a team. And as soon as you leave work, as soon as you're done with whatever you do as far as paying taxes is concerned, relatively it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever the fuck you want. But in Japan, they're still traditionalists. They're still conservative. So when they get married in Japan, there are still things that put the woman at a disadvantage if the man decides to step out in the marriage, if the man decides to do this, that, and the third. So separation marriage was something that was introduced as far as to allow for a marriage to exist without love necessarily being a part of the mix. So there was a couple of people that were interviewed, one of which was saying that she was knowledgeable of the fact that her husband was cheating, and then it just got to a point where she don't even care. Like she's just revolted by this man being anywhere near her. So she's just there staying married because she wants to make sure that he provides for her child. She wants to make sure that he provides for the daughter. And then another thing about Japan is the culture is so ingrained in respect and how the face is as far as your societal face that when you divorce, there's a bad it's almost like taboo to divorce. There's a certain connotation that comes with divorce. It's like you could jeopardize your promotion by divorcing. You could jeopardize getting yourself a good job by divorcing. So most people would just go through a loveless marriage, then divorce, and then go through whatever that means. You know what I'm saying? So separation marriage was something that was introduced and like, you know what, I don't fuck with you, you don't fuck with me, we made a mistake, but we got kids and we got jobs, so you stay yourself over there, I stay myself over here, we do whatever we do, and we just gonna make this shit look good for the government. You know what I'm saying?
Now that makes all too much sense, especially for a Japanese woman, if that's the case, you know. See, I wasn't even aware of that facet, so I'm glad that you definitely shared that piece, Jabby. You know. Um, Honestly, yeah, that would behoove and that would explain like a lot of like what I've seen up in my research of it, you know, just like maintaining the separate homes and everything. And they didn't even gotta get into that. They just really so much discuss like as far as like why a person would even entertain it, you know, and like as far as like the boundaries they would set, and in my research, they was even discussing like how you can maintain the intimacy
Mm.
within separation marriage, you know, like as far as like having those date nights and those nights, more so like in the stuff I read was more so I guess was just like maintaining that life in separation marriage. Most of the articles I looked upon was discussing like just living that lifestyle, just like a day to
Mm-hmm.
day lifestyle and how that might look. And then once, and then this one article that I read with this lady, her name was Karen something. I'll send it over once we done this. Um, she just discussed like how she is a person that just always knew like she just didn't
Mm.
really care for too many people around. And even when she fell in love and had kids, she still had a pull about her where she felt distant to a
Mm-hmm.
certain extent from them, you know. Like she described how she had this nurturing feeling. Well, she described how she had this feeling of love, like she cared for her husband, she cared for her kids, she wanted to be around, but at the same time she didn't want to be around them all the time, you know. And she could see within her energy like how like sometimes it could be nothing completely wrong with her, but she'd be bothered
Mm.
by just their presence, you know, where she was just like, you know, initially she it was like a path where she was just like, you know what, I just decided to sleep in another room just to kind of give myself some type of space. And then she was just like, and then once she was just like, I was in that space, you know, like I seen how comfortable I was until I was bothered by somebody, whether that was them coming to the door asking me something, or it was just trying to have a conversation where she was just like, she knew right then and there she still loved her family and she still wanted to be a part of her family, but she just knew it just wasn't
Yeah.
ideal for her to be around her family completely, you know. And then she talked about like as COVID started and they were just kind of trapped with each other, that really just like for her it illuminated the fact that I need my own space, you know. So she talked about how at the start of 2022 she got her own apartment, and it caused like this rip obviously caused like this affected her marriage because her husband for him, it was just like, well, if we're married, why do you feel the need to leave the house? And for her, it was just like, like I just need the space. But she was just, but her article said it's actually been beneficial for her now and for them too, because like the husband does see now that, like there is perks to being alone and that he enjoyed that time alone too. And like being able to just come and gather up with his wife on certain days where they just have reserved for themselves, where it's just like, okay, like these days we're gonna come and it's just us, and then it's days where it's just us and the family, like us and the kids, And from that instance, I would that's where I was looking at from the whole separation marriage topic. Is I'm getting tongue tied. Why am I getting tongue tied? That's where I was looking at it from the whole separation marriage aspect, that lifestyle sphere of just like trying to maintain your boundaries, maintain a relationship with your partner, but also having that separation. And honestly, one of my questions to you is going to be, could you actually see yourself living in separate homes from your spouse, and still maintaining that relationship, or is that something you would deem as
I would
unfeasible?
say it depends on the circumstance. That's what I would say. I would say it depends on the circumstance. So, for one, it wouldn't make sense to me to do it on a permanent basis, I guess I could say. That wouldn't make sense to me. I am far too much of a romantic and an intimate person for me to be cool with just being away from the person that I consciously decided to spend my life with. I'm not that type. That shit ain't gonna make no damn sense to me. However, if, let's say, for example, I get a job opportunity in LA somewhere, and my lady gets a job opportunity somewhere in, I don't know, Denmark or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And we have to be separate for, let's say, a year. All right, cool. We could live separate for a year. We still gonna schedule dates that we gonna link up. I'm either fly to Denmark, she gonna fly to LA. We gonna still communicate daily. We're still going to check in on each other, things of that nature. But in that sense of separation, that's where I could see it working. Otherwise, why the fuck would I want to spend, like, I'm not that type of person for me to swallow my pride enough for me to not fuck. I gotta tell you how. Like, I'm the type of person that if some shit going on so much to such a degree that it fucks with me, I gotta tell you what it is. And when I tell you what it is, afterwards, if you decide to do whatever you decide to do, it's cool, because from that moment on, I'm already starting to turn off. I'm already starting to turn off all the lights in the crib. I'm cutting off the gas bill. I'm cutting off the water. You might not even know until the cycle comes up. The next month, when everything gets cold, lights don't come on, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't sit down with you and have this conversation for us to clear things up. But I'm not chasing after clarity from behind people no more. We're going to have one conversation. We're going to get to the bottom of it. If I don't see nothing that helps towards making sense, I'm logging off at that point. That's just the type of person I am. So I don't want to stay in a situation. I feel like I'm imprisoning myself if I stay in a situation with somebody that I don't love, or somebody that I don't even want to share a bed with. I'm going to feel sick. I'm going to feel physically sick in my stomach if I have to spend time, a significant amount of time, with somebody that I cannot share my love and my intimacy with, for, and my affection for. Then it's like, why am I here? Like, that's always going to be in the back of my head. Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I here? I will make myself sick. These thoughts will make me sick. The reality of me being somewhere where I'm not wanted, the reality of me being somewhere where I'm not building with somebody, where we're not building something, where nothing valuable is being executed or being worked upon, is going to make me physically sick. I can't do it.
You preaching. Like that's honestly how I was feeling when I was reading the information. That's really what what stood out to me the most. Going back to your information because of what you said, do you think, well, as far as like the information that you shared with us, as far as like in Japan, how more times than not it's because the husband had infidelity and it's just a to secure the marriage, would you be comfortable, like, if a situation like that happened for you, like maintaining a relationship, where you were just like, in the, you were on paper married on paper you were married, but like off paper you're living married separately. You're just really just there for financial purposes. Would that be something you could deal with or maintain or foresee yourself doing, like if it's something that happened within your
Once
relationship,
again,
for instance.
I can't do it if it ain't real. I done been in too many situations where games were being played, myself included. I have been in too many situations where games were being played, and all in the sense of, or all for the sake of, oh, you know what I mean? At any given time, you know what I'm saying? Da, 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 da. Oh, this ain't gonna hurt. This ain't gonna bother. Oh, it's not real. Oh, we could just do this. Or, oh, it's not. I'm too grown right now. And I don't think that I can go back. In fact, I don't want to go back. So I can honestly say that I will not go back to playing the games that I once used to play. I don't have the time for it. For me to play any type of face for any type of, I don't care about that. I like kicking in the door and letting people know how I feel. I like the awkward energy that I give to somebody when I give that energy to them. Like, yo, look, this is what it is. Take this energy and deal with it. I love that shit. I crave it. And I'm also the type that I respect the fact that if somebody give me that awkward energy, if somebody check me, I'm not trying to run away from it. I'm gonna sit down with it. All right, cool. Might not be the best feeling in the world, but I understand how universal properties work. I take it. I get it. I need to grow. I don't want to be the same person I was yesterday. That's my whole thing. So I don't really care about staying married just for paperwork's sake or for finances. Look, man, like I said, I done said this on PVM before. I'm a hustler, real time. I done came from a hustler. My mom was a crazy hustler. This in my bones. This is in my blood. Ain't a single person in the face of this planet gonna have me in a situation I don't want to be in, trying to promise me something. I get it on my own. I always have a trump card. I always have an ace in the hole. Always. Even when it looks like I'm flying by the seat of my chair, even when it looks like I'm just moving like randomly, I always got something in the tuck. Always. I'm not that type. And I put this out there. My cousin, I love him. If he's on here, I love you, cuz. I'm not gonna say your name, not gonna say anything, but I've learned from him in the sense of, what happens when you find yourself in a situation where love guides, or the want for love guides your actions, and the knowledge of the reality of the circumstance does not accompany the want for love at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that again. There's a difference in the want for love and just letting that guide you, than the want for love and the knowledge of the circumstance of the situation accompanying that want for love. Because shit can get tragic if you have the want for love. If it's genuine love, selfless, patience, long suffering, long standing, these are traits of love, true love, selfless love. If that's what it is, that's what it is. But if you're still understanding a person, you're still longing for a person as an attraction that you wish to explore, this also needs to come with certain information and certain studies and certain knowledge that you want to sit back and say, let me protect my heart for a little bit and observe you. Let me observe you. You know what I'm saying? I put it out there like this. Another thing, my lady, before my lady and I got together, we knew each other for several years as friends. And didn't dawn on me that we would be here where we are right now because I knew where I was and I knew where she was. I didn't want to be an impediment to that. But beyond that, it works so well where we are because we've both been knowing each other, knowledgeable of each other for several years as friends. So it's not like we just jumping into this boat like, yeah, let's rock. You know what I'm saying? Chemistry. Nah. Been studying each other. You feel what I'm saying? So
Do you think the fact that you guys got to see each other in different aspects of your life and different scenarios and different faces as friends, it made the transition to a relationship a lot easier for y'all?
I'm not going to say it made the transition easier. I'll say it made the transition make sense. Because to say easier would say that there was a difficulty beforehand. Once again, I don't say it was a difficulty beforehand. I say that it was an issue of being resolute to what fruit would yield if I were to this relationship 5 years ago as opposed to now. So I won't say it's a matter of difficulty. I would say that it's a matter of a certain accessibility of I would say it's a matter of, just understanding. That's what I'll say. I'll say it's a matter of understanding. And I wouldn't say it would be easier. I wouldn't say it'd be easier. It just allowed for the both of us to say this makes more sense. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Like I tell her all the time, like it wouldn't have been nobody else. One, because I've known her for that long. Two, because of the type of dynamic that we've had. You know what I'm saying? So it couldn't have been anybody else for me, even though at the time, furthest from my mind because of the shit that I know I needed to do with myself, it makes all the sense in the world now. You
And
know?
life has a way of unfolding in ways that seem odd at times, but it makes sense, later on in time, or at our disposal.
Yes, sir. For real, for real. But I'll ask you this though. You said that there's a certain, like, you wouldn't do it, but there's certain things about the separation marriage that you looked at and you considered. What aspects of it
It's a
did you
few things
consider?
that jump out to me because, as I said, like that one article was really research, but it stood out to me just like the viewer and just even how she painted her husband that he dealt with, and he noticed within my relationships is as much as I'm someone that enjoys spending time with my mate and my spouse, I also am a person that craves my alone time, and it's like I do get a bit agitated, and just a little bothered, just naturally if I don't get that alone time. Sometimes, chat, my mouth still breaking up. When you're in too, Jody. Okay.
No,
There
we
is some
cool, we
times
cool.
where I feel agitated and I just need that alone time, and I know that's been a facet that's been hard on some of my past relationships. Like it's actually been a stickling point in some. Just want that alone time, and it's kind of hard to tell a mate that you're living with, like, yo, today I don't wanna interact. I did see like some facets of having a life that's separate from your mate, or at least just like living separately, that it would afford. Like time apart does give you that time to miss it, to crave that. Oh, I want to be around you. That I want to spend time with you. when I'm not spending time with you, you know. So that facet jumped out to me the most. Just having that quiet, and honestly, just because of where I'm at personally right now, the the thought of just living, having that freedom from my mate, but also having like an agreement that we are in this thing, you know, like because like I can't control anyone's actions, and for me, trust has been a big thing within my last couple of relationships. That you know, honestly, I'm still not in a place where I'm like fully trusting, you know, so that's also a hindrance on me
Mm-hmm.
pursuing new relationships, you know, because I knowingly know this, you know. So for me, even getting to that point, this might just be like a nice doing things, you know, just kind of get myself to a point where I can trust my mate, you know, fully and completely, you know, like, and I just feel like that would be like the ultimate test, like how else would you, like, yeah, you are testing yourself for real, because like if your mate isn't living with you night in and night out, like you're trusting that your mate is saying that they are where they are, they're being faithful to you, that the boundaries and rules that you guys have established between yourselves that they are upholding. So you're really stepping out on trust. So like I feel like if I can succeed in that type of relationship, or at least, you know, at least like that would be beneficial long term, you know, like those trust demons that I'm dealing with, they can kind of quell themselves, you know. So for me, those were the biggest facets that jumped out. And, you know, like yeah, that was the biggest facets. But I'm also a person that grew up on the old school ideology of marriage, you know, of living with your spouse. Um, Day out, and you know, persevering what that entails, because there is a certain fight and battle that you go through living with your spouse, of how compatible you are or how uncompatible you are. You know, you're gonna have your ups and downs, and you honestly grows the relationship at a faster pace and at a deeper sense too, you know, that you can't manipulate by living separately. So um you know, like, and honestly, I never seen the marriage where I was going to live separately from my spouse too. So that's always in the back of my mind about what do I want, you know, and really what's going to make me happy in my core, you know, like at the end of the day, I still want to be happy in what I'm
Yeah.
doing, and I don't want to do something just for the sake of like this is easier on my fears, you know, like I'd rather walk out on my fears and, you know, have to deal with them than not living the life I prefer to live.
I dig it. So there's a couple of comments I want to touch on. That African butterfly, she put down, I don't know why those people are still trying to make marriage, quote unquote, happen. It's clear most don't really want to be, quote unquote, married. But also props to people for making their own definition of marriage. Ultimately, that's what it should be. Whatever the two people want. Respect to that. Respect to that.
Yeah.
Respect to that.
Marriage is what you make out of it. And nowadays, you know, like that idea of marriage is up to that couple. You know, you kind of got to find someone that kind of meets your morals and what you hold near and dear to your heart. What I will say for myself personally is I'm not really seeing too many prospective options for marriage, or like I'm not even really seeing too many ideal versions of marriages, like just in people, you know, like nowadays I see more marriages falling apart or not even really on the principles I should hold. How do you feel about marriage? Do you feel like this is something like that's really attainable for people our age, or something like people our age are even seeking? Yeah,
Well, marriage?
outside of the
Anything's
the
attainable,
title,
so.
you know, like
Yeah, anything's attainable, so I could see that. Yeah, I could see it. Absolutely. You know, it really is about what it is that you're looking for and about how much internal work you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? It really is. Because you're looking at it, not you, but just whoever. You're looking at it like this. Imagine you being raised to love orange soda. Kel loves orange soda. Kel loves orange soda. I do, I do, I do. And you love orange soda. You fuck with orange soda. It's been 10 years strong. You fucking with orange soda. You love it. It's great. You're learning through school, through other people schooling you, dentists and all that. Hey, man, soda gonna corrode your enamel, man. Sugar ain't all that good for you. You gotta really like watch it. She's like, fuck it. Love orange soda. You grow up to the point where you like, you know what? Let me get up on this tea wave. Start fucking with teas. You learn about the benefits of teas, okay, but you still got orange soda. You learn about water 5 years later. You like, yeah, man, why the fuck I ain't been drinking water like this? This shit replenishes me. This shit is natural. This, that, that. Now you got a choice. You got your orange soda, you got your tea, and you got your water. Now you know that you can sustain with water for the rest of your life. You don't need to drink a damn other thing else except for water, and you will live a long, healthy life. But it's not as flavorful as orange soda. They don't have that same sizzle and pop as orange soda. And you know how that sizzle and pop feels to you when it goes down your throat. When you drink that orange soda, it feels like there's a whole party in your mouth before it even gets to your gut. Water don't got that. Water chill. Water ain't got no nothing to water except for replenishing. And then you got your tea. Your tea got your flavor. You got your flavor with the tea, but it don't hit hard as far as the flavor that comes with orange soda. So now you gotta look at things and say, yo, something's gotta go. I can't go forward in life with the knowledge that I know about these things unless I make a decision. Even if that decision is I'm gonna rock with all three of them. Once again, you gotta portion it out. You got who's gonna get the most time. Orange soda, water, and tea ain't gonna have equal time in your life. It's not gonna happen. You might want orange soda in your lunch and your dinner because of the type of shit that you like to eat. Might help to digest the meat. Who knows? Might want water in the morning to wake up because it helps to clear the palate and it helps to settle the stomach. Might want some tea for brunch, midnight snack. You're not going to have a conscious effort about, I'm going to drink 6 ounces of tea, 6 ounces of orange soda, and 6 ounces of water, even though that's not enough liquid, period, throughout the rest of my life, every day. Not going to happen. We're creatures of habit. What we like is what we like. So we got to transform ourselves so that what we like becomes different. If we don't transform ourselves, then we put ourselves in the sense where we start comparing our lives to other people. Oh, this person drinks water all the time. How come I can't drink water all the time? I can't let this orange soda go. Man, that person must be cheating. That person ain't shit. Da, 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 da. So we take that and ground it to what we talking about as far as marriage is concerned. Hell yeah. The type of marriage that we idealize exists out there. But are you ready for the type of woman that might come with that marriage? If you want the type of woman that got the fat ass, great titties, and her head game is extraordinary, that might not be the woman that will give you the type of marriage that you're looking for. You might need a woman from the library. You might need a woman from the church. Shit, you might need a woman from the street that just got put out, homeless, smart as a motherfucker, got her shit had her shit together, can get her shit back together, but just needs that extra push. Don't know, and you're not gonna be able to identify the type of woman that you're looking for that marriage that you're idealizing unless you transform yourself. Because once you transform yourself, you see different, you rationalize different, you think different, you talk different. And then what resonates with your energy recognizes your energy. And it's like, all right, cool. I rock with you because me and you are right here. And I know that it makes sense to the marriage that I'm looking for, or at least to a relationship. Let's start there. To a relationship that I'm looking for, because I've done this work on me. And once again, orange soda ain't my taste anymore. I know orange soda ain't my taste anymore. I know what it does for me, but it ain't my taste anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's what is it bases itself down to the work you're willing to do for yourself or on yourself. You know what I mean? Like you said earlier, you can't control what another person to do. You can't, period. The other person can go and do whatever the fuck they want to do. But you know what you can control? What you do for your damn self.
Good. Way to show to end up the show, like, you know, what you want for yourself, and that's actually how you're going to figure out what you want. Marriage separation is even official to you or your spouse or whatever, you know. But that hour marked out. And do you have any lasting words for the episode?
And stay true to yourself, man. Stay true to yourself, man. It's gonna be a lot of people out here. Lupe Fiasco has a great record from his album Drill Music in Zion. The song is called Kiosk, and it's a great example of, you know, the world will sell you anything. The world will sell you anything. Tell the world what you're looking for, and the world got a remedy for it. The world will sell you anything. But the minute that the world presents you with something and you tell the world, I do that already, the world will be like, oh, excuse me, pardon me, and go on to the next unsuspecting victim, because you self-sufficient. Know thyself. Make yourself self-sufficient so the world can't sell you on no bullshit.
I like
That'll
that. I
be my
like that.
last word.
Shit. I don't know how I'm gonna follow that up. You know what? You know, stay true to yourself. Follow your North Star. You know, what resonates with you resonates with you. You know, everybody's path and life isn't the same. And too many times we get caught up in watching someone else's race, else's relationship, watching someone else's habits, figuring that's how we should mimic, you know, like, but God has with our own plan. So, you know, good for you and what's right for you will resonate to you. It'll feel natural for you. And you're walking there like when you know, embrace that, like you are embrace what you do, you know. Well, I mean, be yourself, you know, embrace all who you are, you know, like that's how you're gonna figure out your people and what's right for you. You're gonna find yourself in situations that's best for you by just walking into your life. Guys, definitely stay safe out here. Be blessed. Be prayed up. I definitely want to send a definite be very careful out in the streets. You know, we are treading towards the highest rated crime city in all of the U.S. right now. So, guys, definitely be mindful of what you're doing in these streets. Be mindful of the people that surround you in these streets. You know, keep an eye out for the ladies. You know, you don't have to necessarily hold a conversation, but you know, you could just keep an eye just to be, you know, make sure that lady walking across the street makes it across the street. You know, that lady that's in the parking lot, she gets to her car. You know, just be mindful of others and treat others the way you want to be treated. You know, let's try to build a world with peace and hate. This has been Positive Vibes Maybe. My name is Dante Dash Smith. This is my brother.
Jetty 8 track, y'all. Jetty 8 track. You did. And we shall see you. When are we going live again?
I'm going to do Super Bowl Sunday with the family next week. But also, guys, make sure you hit up iPerfect Gallery within the meantime. You know, it's a lot of fantastic.
Imperfect, you mean?
Yeah,
Imperfect art gallery on
Imperfect
Germantown?
Gallery. Oh my gosh, yo, I am having brain thoughts. That's blame me. Well, yeah, blame my nephew. We had an iCarly marathon not too long ago, so now that's stuck in my.
Respect. 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 Respect.
Yeah, I'm seeing the eye perfect, but I'm seeing the eye and go straight.
Respect
There's a lot of
to it.
phenomenal art there from our brother Kang, from Jetty himself there too, from a lot of talented artists there. So definitely stop over, take a look around. You know, let us know your favorite piece. You know, and you know, hit us in the DM. We'll be there the last day of the gallery, so we'll keep you posted with that as well.
Yes, sir. Oh no, I got it right here, bro. Yes, sir. It's February 25th. The last reception. No, it's not the opening reception. I guess it would be the ending reception. I'm not too sure what the terminology truly is, but February 25th is the last day of the exhibit. And look, besides the fly ass art that Kane got and the one piece that I got over there to add to the flyness, this brother has transformed a room into a Zen garden. I'm talking when you step into it, you are literally transported to a new world. You literally are on the beaches. Literally, you are on the beaches of an abstract, dope, and great fucking mind, such as that as the Groove, aka Kang. So definitely check it out. I'm telling you, it's nothing like it that you've had anything of an experience. You won't even find this shit in the Philadelphia Art Museum unless you go to that Japanese aspect of the art museum where you actually go in and the world transforms and shit like that. That might be the only thing in Philadelphia that matches to what Chef Kang has done. So shout out, salute to
And it's
him,
a
man,
free
for
event,
real.
guys. So definitely slide over. Definitely slide over, you know. And, you know, enjoy the rest of y'all evenings. Enjoy y'all loved ones. Cherish the time that you spend with them when we see you. You know, until
Yes,
then,
sir. Yes,
enjoy
sir.
your night. I love you. Tell the family I said hello.
Love you too.
You know,
I will
and
love you
until
too,
next
bro.
time, you know.
Yes, sir.